Today we are talking about part of Michi and Zach's journey of having roommates cause it's absolute cinema. Overall, they say of having a good or bad roommate is 50-50 chance. But I honestly don't believe that percentage anymore. I think at least 80% you will get a bad roommate. But I do think it is quite normal to have a conflict with roommate cause how can you not? Like you barely know this person and now both of you have to fit into each other's life patterns and it's an easy environment to break each other's boundary. A little side note about me is that I grew up being exchange student in Canada. I was quite used to this process of living with stranger, aka landlords, since I was 13. Now, do I want to talk about this now? No, not really, but I'll talk about this in next story time. Anyway, this was a time when me and Zach in early relationship. We were living in this 2-bedroom apartment together, so we considered for one roommate to live with cause rent will be cheaper. Also, I was kinda excited since again I live with older landlords who always take care of me, so thought it would be refreshing to live with the same age group of friends. But boy, I was wrong. So we found this guy roommate, let's name him Jerry. Jerry was one of the schoolmates we know. We met him at parties from time to time and he was easy to talk to. So we decided to bring him as our roommate just like that. Not much background check. Honestly, we should've. In early time, Jerry was pretty chill. Good at cooking, he liked 80s style fashion, and his goal was to become a movie director someday. We liked his passion on movies. Then the conversation went if he has any girlfriend, and he said nope, last girlfriend was crazy, so I just wanted more casual relationship. We didn't dig in deep and didn't put too much thought and just changed the topic to, well, feel free to bring some friends if you want and make yourself comfortable. A couple months later, we noticed some red flag on him. I really wish his red flag was just some simple stuff like forgetting to do his dishes or not flushing a toilet. Actually, that would be kind of gross. His red flag is like he have some main character syndrome. He randomly do parkour in the middle of the mall. Also, he drive dangerously around the road on purpose. Almost had a car crash while we're in it. Biggest one was one time he was showing this video to me and Zach, and it was definitely some adult video, like very blurry adult
That's
video. I was not impressed and say, why are you showing this? That's me having a hookup.
Huh?
Why the hell am I seeing your sausages? I did express discomfort on his behavior here and there, and yet he chose to keep pushing my boundaries more. Like, don't get me wrong, I do like some good jokes and laugh together to break the ice, but the way Jerry leading to make me laugh is so pushy and does not humor me. This is a time maybe we should have some new roommates, right? Nope. We just still let this guy live with us. We just gave a benefit of the doubt and say, maybe I'm just overreacting cause I was going through some challenges in the workplace and maybe Jerry and my joke doesn't match and I should just ignore him. A couple days later, he was bringing some girl, and the next day, another girl came by, and another day, another girl came by. He always introduced them as a friend and goes into their room, and at the nighttime, they seem to be watching some Discovery Channel show out loud. Now, I genuinely don't care how much this guy brings girl to go ooga booga with them. That wasn't my biggest problem. The problem I noticed was all these girls stay over a while and get emotional and talk to us how he doesn't love me. I don't think I'm good enough. He's a jerk. You can leave then. No, but sometimes he's really sweet though. And just spiral of despair. And we just giving a free therapy service. Some night their conversation sounded really tense and loud and made me awake with concerns. Okay, now we really can't deny that this guy is bringing trouble and that we cannot just avoid because it's actually affecting our personal time and life. Around this time, Zach had to visit hometown to see his family, but I had to stay and work while Jerry hung out with girls. Wow, joy. Zach was only away for 3 or 4 days, so how bad is it gonna be? One night he brought up girls as usual, didn't even bother to introduce it to me, so what the hell? And I just went into my room and headed to bed. Before I even continue the story, I want everybody to know who is watching this story, please do not do this kind of action towards people around you, okay? Okay, now back to the video. Then around 4 a.m. in the morning, someone was banging in my door so loud. It scared the crap out of me. So I was like, what the heck? I opened my door and the girl is just panicking and yelling at me and saying, He's jumping over the balcony! He's jumping over the balcony! Wait, what? He's hanging on the balcony right now! He's about to fall! My place is 12th floor. I start to freak out. I start to walk fast forward and just looking around the balcony. I wasn't able to find him. My vision was still blurry. I just woke up. It was so dark. I couldn't see shit. Like, where the hell did he go? Like, did he actually fall? How did this even happen? So turns out he was just hanging around the balcony and he was trying to parkour it to another neighbor's balcony fence, but other balcony was too far to reach, so he climbed back again to my side of balcony. I was so confused and angry on him, so I asked him, what the hell is happening? But he immediately just slammed his door, definitely sounded like destroying stuff in his room. Why is this happening to me? It's 4 a.m. in the morning. Why is this happening to me? Especially when Zach is not around. God damn it, you better explain this, lady. Turns out one of the ex-girlfriend put a court case on Jerry and gave him a restraining order, and that made him really stressed and got aggressive like this. This is very personal story between them, so I will not describe the whole thing, but I'm just saying this is way too much. My anxiety was on peak. Next morning, I immediately told this to Zach and asking him, Zach, hurry the home, okay? I can't handle another jump scare like this, okay? Zach came back home and we just talked about this seriously. Like, how the hell are we going to kick this guy out? This was a first Zach and I had to confront someone by force, and it was so out of our comfort zone. But we gotta do what we gotta do, cause my mental health cannot handle Jerry's unstable ass. Anyway, Zach was asking nicely to insist him to move out. Ha! Like hell that's gonna work. He denied. This built up so much frustration and we are so stressed. We even start to argue like between us, just saying as to each other, you could have done this better. No, you could have done that better. Which is so not helpful, right? But then we finally figured it out. The eviction letter. In tenant paperwork, me and Zach are signed up as a leaseholder. However, our roommate Jerry is not signed up as a leaseholder. We have a right to kick him out. Ladies and gentlemen, we got him. A couple days later, he just emptied the place without giving any notes. And me and Zach was finally free from the sorrow of the horrible roommate. But yeah, holy crap. More of this story is do not have a roommate for cheap rent and make sure to do some background check. Hey guys, thank you for watching this video. Hope you guys weren't too traumatized from this. I actually skipped a lot of story here and there, but combo of lack of sleep and smooth brain couldn't help to narrate this better right now. My broken English. Thank you for support on the Patreon. I really appreciate it. It really means a lot and encouraged me to create more content. Anyway, what about you guys? Did you ever experience intense roommate like this? Like, how did you handle when your boundaries get pushed? I would love to read it on comments. See you guys later. Bye!